Yeah, that looks correct. Hello, we're live. All right, so today, building our chancel. Um, Man, there's so much that goes into it. We've built the characters. We've built the Imperator. Uh, I guess the first things first. Do you guys know what you want to name your chancel? Raven is actually not going to be in the game. That was just so I wanted to make a character, so I made one for fun. But yeah, Raven will. Yeah, it's a little. It's kind of what we were talking about the last time with the whole Edgar Allan Poe deal. So he is going to have a very nevermore approach to everything that happens going forward. But then he also refers to himself as the Revenant. So I put the A and the E in there, and since in Old English it's actually a letter, I was able to just make it work. It just kind of worked out. So yeah. Did you guys also have playlists on your MySpace? That way people knew exactly what you were all about when they logged in. Yep. It's like somebody was mid sentence and then somebody else asked them, "What's the name of your chancel?" And they went, "And well," and it just stuck. All of all of you. Nobody can do math. You guys flunked out of remedial algebra AB. Andwell is great. Andwell is fantastic. All right, good job. Uh, so there's actually quite a lot of things to kind of go over for the chancel, and just like when we were creating the Imperator, everything will cost points or it will afford you points depending on how difficult you want to make it for yourself. So Bradley has given us in his sheets a very nice um, property index here, just kind of going over all of the possible choices that we have. But of course, the source material, the book, goes very into detail about what everything means. Yeah. So the first one that we have here is it Bodyguard or is it the one above it with Alia and Baines and Defender's Blessing? It's the one above it. These don't really have a category, the top three here, so they're kind of like their own thing. All right, so this realm score added together, is that with all of the Banes? That's not counting any Banes or anything. Okay. It's like if you took a more, so basically what we will do is if we take a Bane or something like that, we would put it over here in the properties and channel point cost, and then when we change it, you'll see how many remaining channel points went up. Oh, okay. So, man, this game, there are Banes for the Chancel, not just the Imperator. Then, correct. Yeah. My gosh, there's just bad news on every level. Yeah. We live here, but there's water damage in the walls. Every single walls. Actually, I do think there's a way to make the chancel haunted. Um, the Banes is what we would want. So that would be down. I mean, we can go over Banes first and see what kind of Banes you guys would be willing to take on as far as the chancel goes. I just have to find the Banes section in Chancel. Because it just... I have no idea where it is. It doesn't just, make it easy to find. You know what I think it might be? I think it's in each and every... So here we have Border Guard. It'll tell you how much the points are. And then no, that doesn't make sense.
No, Bates is his own thing. I know that. I just don't remember where it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's on page
One
136.
136 in the bottom corner. So the Lotus Bane, or the Lotus Bus, that's not what we're looking for. Banes disturb the powers' sleep and haunt their days. It is said that nothing offends the earth so much as murder. These murder-born energies take shape as simple objects to search out tools in the chancel that will carry out their will. They wish only to see the Imperator, its chancel, and its nobles suffer. One bane might be a stone carried by a small child, another a coffee shop on the boardwalk by the noble's castle. One might drip poisons into a power's cup, while another might corrupt a noble's anchor through torturous dreams. Their raw magical might within the chancel compares to that of the powers, and they are full of corrupt wisdom, although their sentience is tentative at best. So, that being the only thing we are given as to what Banes are, we can pick how many Banes you guys want, what those Banes might be, and then they will just be taken from you by the Hollyhock God and used within the world, and you guys have no idea what's happening with them until they come into play.
Yeah. So basically, we get two bad things that could happen, and we get one chance point for it, basically. So it's a two for one deal kind of thing.
To be honest, Bane seemed a little bit more murdery than I anticipated. When I said haunted, I was thinking like a fun poltergeist or something.
Right. Well, so like if you think about it like Lord of the Rings, the One Ring was a bane because it was constantly trying to get back to its master and then destroy the world. But that took thousands of years. So murdery, yes. Efficient, not necessarily.
Okay, alright.
So like a stone in the spot in the pocket of a small child, it might want to murder the child, but it is just a small stone.
Sorry. Like the intentions of stones that makes me laugh. Okay.
It's more ridiculous than the intentions of rings.
I was gonna say, like, I would be okay if you made a Bane that was a ring.
Well, we don't get to choose.
Oh.
It's just if we want Banes, we get two Banes, and then the Holyhound God decides what they are later, and they might turn up in our sleep and try to kill us.
Oh, yeah.
Alternatively, because I do want you guys to be involved, I will let you choose the Banes, but I have complete power over them. And when I create this living world that lives and breathes around you, no matter what you are doing, these Banes will be actively working against you, and you just won't know it, or in what way they're working against you.
Okay.
So you guys
So
can
like
you
our
can
nightmare to come to life. Math problems just chase us around.
yes. Yeah, I will let you guys pick your demons, but they're mine to control.
Oh my god. I like the compromise. Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, all right. So, Bane number 1. You guys wanted a ring?
Oh, I was just spitballing because I don't know, you're referencing Lord of the Rings, and your explanation of it made me go, oh yes, I understand how this works now. It's kind of like a Horcrux, kind of like Lord of the Rings. I get it. Um, so that was it. We don't have to choose three.
Yeah, I mean, ring sounds good to me, but George put two in one line because it's 1 point per two Banes.
Gotcha. So, you were on board for it. We're doing it. Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite things on this world. We are absolutely doing the One Ring sub story. That's happening. So, um, there's one down. Now, you guys, Whether you guys pick any more or not, the One Ring is going to be there. I've decided that. The One Ring is in play. But you guys don't get that point until you pick at least one more. So now we need a new Bane.
A chalice that we're not exactly sure what it looks like, but that attempts to poison us around like all the time. Suddenly a chalice just appeared like, hey, poison. And it might
like when we're really thirsty and we're like, oh, it happens to be right there.
Okay.
Kind of like that. I like that a lot.
I really like that idea. That's a fun one. I'm going to play with that. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
You guys won't know what hit you.
I'm using only water fountains. Sorry, guys. All of a sudden, it's a water fountain. Chalice.
I drink only from this thermoflask.
Oh, we're those weird shoes that have the like toe parts, so my cover is safe. Nobody will think it's flask everywhere. Cool.
Do you guys want any more Banes? Or maybe we come back to see if we want like extra points. We might take more Banes to send you guys.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Cool. Oh. Border Guard. Since that is... Or I guess we should cover Alia first, huh? Alia cost 3 points each. Alia are sometimes soul stones or light flowers or even living spirits. Objects of priceless beauty which grant any wish within an imperator's power when they are invoked by name. 2 caveats apply, however. First, gifts, attribute levels, and miracle points gained using an Alia last for 1 or 2 stories at most, unless the player pays points for them. And second, invoking an Alia by naming it aloud destroys the Alia utterly. So if you purchase the Alia for 3 points and then you use it, it's gone. It's
like it's a temporary buff, basically.
it's almost... I feel like we could almost equate this to the wish spell in D&D.
It's a bit weaker because it goes away, but yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
I like that we have to translate it to D&D for it to be like, oh, yes, I see now.
Yeah, just to put us on to like a language, a medium that we understand a little better.
Okay, I think that's an interesting one. I really don't like that it goes away. But I also I don't like it when anything goes away. So that might be a personal thing.
Yeah, we can definitely put that one on the back burner, especially since it does cost 3 points. And with us only playing with 9, the points do get pretty... They add up pretty quickly when we're talking about these properties. The highest one looks like it costs 7.
They can actually cost up to like 9 or something like that.
They can cost up to 9. I'm just not seeing... Yeah.
So you see the pluses? So those like add on. So like if you were to get a miraculous earthly magic, and then also common or anchorable or something like that, they would add the normal standard.
Okay. So we would have like a 1 plus the 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and we'll talk about those when we get to those.
So, Border Guard. This can cost anywhere from 3 to 20 points. So, like right there, we're out. We're broke as crap if you guys wanted to use all of them. Chancels with the Border Guard property actively resist hostile intrusion. The Chancel does not simply guard against magics used destructively, and it acts to protect itself from intruders with hostile intent. Its tool is Realm Miracles, at most 1 or 2 a minute in a never ending supply. The Border Guard has two qualities: the strength of its defensive magic and its penetration value. It detects all intruders with hostile intentions except those with an Octorus stronger than the Border Guard penetration value. Once the Border Guard detects a hostile intruder, it uses miracles up to the Border Guard's strength in order to deal with that intruder. These miracles have penetration equal to the penetration value of the Border Guard, and the Border Guard continues to attack hostile intruders as long as necessary, not stopping until it quote unquote gives up hope.
Basically, our Chancel fights for itself.
Yeah.
That's right. I can see the benefit in using all the points for that, but I don't know. I'm willing to put my non-math brain to the test and see if I can defend it by brute force too. Laura, were you gonna say something?
No, no, I was just listening. I was thinking that it sounds like a very useful thing, but me as a person is just like, that's our entire budget. And then I freak out.
But we spend everything, is what you're telling me.
You don't have to spend everything. It's 3 points per power level of power and 1 point per level of penetration. So you can spend up to 20 points if you want to, but you don't have to spend all of it.
I think that's definitely one to keep in mind as we're having the conversation.
Yeah, it's something that we can probably come back to. It's definitely a good like standby, but like I mean, for Tomo, he obviously feels like he'd be able to defend it because that's really what Tomo's specialty is. Is he has all his points in Realm, so he's very powerful in Realm.
Yeah, so and the more points you guys have in Realm, the more able you guys would be to defend the Chancel should something break through. But then, if you guys are ever away from the Chancel, if you're out on the World Tree or anything like that, and there's nobody there to protect it, you would want some kind of a shield.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's up to you guys, though. It just really depends on where you want to live. I can say, at least not right away, because I'm still learning this game as well. I'm not going to constantly be barraging you guys like Clash of Clans. Like every time you open the app, it's not going to be like, ah, you were raided 58 times in the last 2 minutes, bro. Sorry, it's not going to be like that. So, you guys can take the border guard a little easier because I'm not going to try and exploit that at least right away until we're all kind of more familiar with the game and the gameplay.
Yeah, and the thing is with like the border guard, with it will only really like detect things with its level of power. So if we have big foes attacking us anyways, we would need to spend. That's when you come into like spend the 20 points and stuff like that.
Okay.
Lot to consider there.
A lot to consider there. So we can move on a little bit as well. Just we can go over everything before we start making full decisions. And then if we do touch on something and you guys are like, yes, absolutely, that's what we need, like hold everybody's horses. We're spending points on this right here. Um, just say so, and we'll make those decisions. But I'm also not going to be like, all right, how many points right now? Make a decision, especially when we have so many things to cover still. So I'm trying to find the next one. I only just noticed that on the sheets they're in alphabetical order, and in the game book they are not.
So they're basically in the same order. The only thing that's in a different order is Defender's Blessing, because it's, I think I put that in a slightly different spot.
Okay.
No, I put it in the same spot.
Border Guard, Extra Landlord.
Maybe it is a different order. I just copied, like I said, I just copy pasted it from the thing at the end, which I assumed was in the same order.
I'm looking for...
What do we know? We can't do math. It's gonna be my excuse for everything.
Where's the Chancel health in the book?
That'll be 138.
138.
And I think it says Mana Mine is what the actual title is in the book.
Oh, okay. See, I saw Mana Mine up here on the sheets. So when I found that in the book, I was like, alright, I'm close, but I can't actually... Alright. So for Chancel health, the Mana Mine, chancels are magical places, and most magical places suffer one of two fates. The first awaits strong chancels. They become more real than the earth that surrounds them, more beautiful, more strange, and always more glorious. No mortal heart leaves such a chancel without being haunted forever after by the memories of that place. Mana, the raw stuff of magic or of miracles, oozes from the rawer, unformed places of such a realm, although finding and then harvesting it can be difficult even for powers. And the fate of a weak chancel is even sadder. Compared to the earth it borders, it comes to seem mythical, imaginary, chimerical, and unreal. Unless it is fed constantly by noble magics, it will separate itself from the real world entirely and float off to the lands outside creation. The Emera of the Chancel may intervene before that point and drain one of its powers to the breaking point to find raw energy for its ward. Whether it does this or not, such an Imperator will not be pleased.
There's great risk in this little reward.
Yeah.
Basically, we can either spend points to get miracle points, or we can get chancel points, but we have to spend miracle points to like upkeep our chancel, basically.
That seems risky for
Yeah.
us.
This whole game seems risky. It's like no matter what you choose, there's a downside.
I don't know, part of me is like, roll up our sleeves and let's get ourselves like a fixer-upper chancel. But we don't know what we're doing, and I'm almost wondering if it's just worth it to spend the points up front for the miracle points. Unless I'm misunderstanding what they do, but I don't know. What are your guys' opinions?
So like, it's not required that we actually pick any of these. It's an optional thing. So we can either pick it so we have like a weaker chancel, and so like we have to like spare something of ourselves so we can upkeep our chancel, or we can spend some of our chancel points to make our chancel strong enough that we can actually harvest from our chancel, basically.
That makes sense.
And I'm so sorry, but I'm picturing the three characters that we came up with and just in our motives of how we approach things and just us trying to fix our chancel. I'm like, really? Like, we have
It's just gonna be a bigger
annihilate.
fire.
My whole purpose is to destroy. And you're gonna
Yeah, this is an 80s college comedy about three very different people who end up in the same frat house together. But the frat house was destroyed by the jocks. So they have to rebuild it.
That's funny.
Mhm.
Moving on.
We're just going over things right now. We'll decide on like what we actually want. Like
Okay.
go through our options.
Love it.
All right, Chancel status. Just starting at the top here for important chancels. Important chancels offer some important service to the community of powers, and other powers will therefore hesitate to cross the chancel's familia. Ideals for such chancels are as follows: chancels spread across the earth and used for transportation. The chancel where Lord Entropy holds his court. The chancels that serve as meeting places for the light, dark, and other affiliations. And neutral chancels that serve as arbiters in noble disputes.
I kind of liked the last two. Where
Yeah,
I
this is
think
a
that-
choice.
Yeah, I
Those
think
are just my ideas.
that is not Lord Entropy related is probably a good idea for us.
Yeah, let's stay away from that guy. But like, even if you guys were like, oh, you know what, we should be the only chancel with a pub.
We're really
I
torn.
like that one.
Like,
We're gonna be the training place.
it.
Everyone loves to train in a pub. That's what we've learned from Arcane.
Oh, I'm not too far into it yet.
Oh, it's the first episode.
Yeah,
He's really not far into it yet.
I'm really not. So I watched the opening sequence, and that was a rough one to watch. I'll be honest. That was hard.
Yeah, it's really dark. Okay.
They're running across the rooftops right now. They just introduced all the main characters, and there's always that one character like, are we sure this is a good idea? Should we be up here?
Should we be doing this? I don't know.
That's as far as I am. That's how far I got. It looks great, though.
It's oh my god, it's so good. I'm rewatching it with someone because it's so good, and I can just watch it over and over. I really enjoy it. Anyway, so I like the idea of a pub because I mean that's where people come together to do business.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to separate my D&D brain from this.
Yeah, me too. It's
Swapping
hard.
them. Yeah, and I was like, well, pubs is where we get our adventures and we meet with people. And I don't know if that's how it would actually relate in this game, but I am for it. I feel like it presents a lot of opportunities.
So, excuse me.
We're gonna buy a pub, guys.
There would have to be a service provided, so it wouldn't even like we couldn't just say, oh, all right, it's a pub. Just because I did say it is kind of like half a joke, but we can absolutely make this work. So
Joke's on you, don't do it with us.
one of the one of the options that it gives is just as a springboard is neutral chancels that serve as arbiters in noble disputes. And if that's a route you guys wanted to go, you guys could serve as neutral ground for any and all political discussions or wartime discussions or anything like that between other chancels and imperators and nobles.
Embassy pub.
What's up?
We have an embassy pub.
The embassy pub.
I like the idea of being neutral because the three of us are so different.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think, right, and I could be wrong, so I'm not checking our character sheets, but I know I'm chaotic. Maybe did you end up choosing hellish or hell?
Yeah.
And then Ramsey is light, right?
I'm heaven, yeah.
And then, okay. Neutral territory for chancel is probably very good for us.
I agree.
Alright, and this will kind of get rid of some of our problems for not having any border guard, because since we are going to be considered an important chancel, people are less likely to cross us if they are the making enemies of the lot.
Oh, I like that.
And not
Yeah,
only
it's
that,
definitely a political decision.
not only that, but you would also be more likely to receive help.
Oh, that's true.
Right? Like who wants to lose that kind of good faith arrangement? Bradley, did I just mess up something that you put in sheets?
No.
Okay.
I just put the cost in while you're putting in the.
All right. I guess I should put. Where those points actually come from. Cool. So that's one thing down. Good job, guys.
Look at us making decisions.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I make a decision, there should be like a special sound effect. That's really.
And I'm just looking for. Where's the popularity come into play?
It should be near the bottom.
Ah.
Nobilis.
Okay. So, in most chancels, the Imperator paints the minds of the inhabitants with a light coating of loyalty to him or herself and the powers who rule there. In the time-honored principle of minimizing imperial expenditure of energy, the powers must do the rest for themselves. Some powers, however, are lucky enough to have imperators willing to go the extra mile and force undying love for the nobles down on the populace's throat. This is the equivalent of a 3-point gift devoted populace for each power in the Familia who does not have the limit hated.
Yeah, and Tomo has that gift.
Tomo has that. So we can't...
I mean, we could, but it would be useless for Tomo.
It'd be useless for Tomo. Okay, so we could spend the 3 points each for Anaya and Addie. If that's something that you guys wanted to do.
No, I want it to be beneficial for all of us.
Okay.
Same.
And then we also have resources. So this is talking more on like the technological point. Chancels work by their own rules. Exact adherence to the physics of Earth is not required. Even in mundane chancels, the Imperator may throw in a twist or two. Since there is a power of guns, some kind of gun will work in any chancel. In some, though, guns injure targets by forcing the user's black bile and unbalancing the target's bodily humors. Ew. Other forms of technology are not so ambiguous. There's a word. Since there is no known power of nanotechnology, a nanotech device created in a high-tech chancel could very well depend on the chancel for its functioning and work nowhere else. If the players want their chancel to possess broadly applicable scientific and mythical knowledge, they should purchase this property. With this property, characters trained in the magic of their chancel can use that magic in the outside world. The chancel's technological wonders, such as nanotech devices, do function elsewhere. Characters can obtain such wonders by using the chancel's labor pool, or create them spontaneously with level 4 or 7 miracles of creation. Most specifically, the resource property gives the chancel the mythical or scientific knowledge necessary to create earthly magics that function outside the chancel. Individuals in the chancel can possess this knowledge at the beginning of the game. The powers of the chancel can learn it. Even though these earthly magics are not as well grounded in reality as the things of the mundane world, this knowledge is in some sense universal. And then there's different levels of technology that it goes over. Nanotech.
Yeah, nanomachines. The thing from what's that game called? Snake. I can't think of what it's called.
They used it in Avengers Infinity War.
Oh yeah, I guess they also used it there.
Yeah, Iron Man had nanotech. Um, there was nanotechnology in Secret Agent Cody Banks.
Oh, I meant Metal Gear. That's what I meant, by the way.
Yeah. So
I liked your rendition. I think that sounds.
yeah, so it just depends on what level of technology you guys want in your chancel. Um, how how easy do you want your scientific and um, technological way of life to progress?
So I'm gonna ask questions related to Tomo. So Tomo basically wants, so you know how he has to vote populace. He wants to have some of the chancel population come with him to help him. I basically want them to be equipped with like paintball guns. I mean that because he's the power of ink. So uh, if they are covered in ink, he's able to like either like see where they are because he'll be able to track them and stuff like that. I don't know if
Oh,
you want to just consider that mundane technology or if like maybe like as an ink bazooka or something you want that to be extra extra technology kind of thing.
that is one of the coolest ideas. I was wondering how you were going to bring like the god of ink, like how you were going to make his powers work. I really like that idea. That's really cool. You never have to leave the chancel for that, do you?
Um, well, I mean, you can. That's the whole point of taking this technology. Is like if we get this technology, they can have advancements in technology and still bring it out of the chancel as well.
Yeah. All right. So, looking at it's definitely not deviant technology. We might be looking at exploitive, which is in essence like our own science it would develop over the next few centuries. No, not really.
I think it would just be mundane technology. Like I guess
Yeah.
it could also be explorative, like where it's like if I some ridiculous technology like ink grenades or ink landmines or something like that, where it's something weird that doesn't really exist but could exist.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think it's specialized either, right? For the explorative. Uh,
No. No, I don't think so.
so
I
they can also like it's not just limited to ink tech, adhesive and annihilate can also have their own technologies going on too.
And I was thinking, I was like, well, mine's bond, so it is that like mouse traps. Looking like it's. But I was gonna say, yeah, I think it might be more maybe mundane is what we're calling it because they have like some ink explosives already, and whatnot, like when they're marking bills that are being stolen and whatnot. So I don't think we necessarily need to go up, but we can.
Yeah, but I mean, we're also going to possibly be like time warped stuff like that. So it might
Mhm.
be worthwhile taking these. So if we did time warp back to the past or something like that, we still have those like paintball gun things and stuff like that.
Either A, didn't realize we get time warped, or B, totally forgot. So that's good news. So maybe that's
I think that's something George said might happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot that's been said, you guys.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, we did take a little bit of a break, so I think that's fair.
Yeah, we took a lot of bit of a break. It's been a while since we've been at this. Yeah, Toen is your Imperator Toen. He likes to play around with the timeline.
okay.
So, time will definitely be non-linear for you guys.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
So, yeah, if we want to call that mundane technology, that's perfect for me.
But and just to, oh, am I still there?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, sorry, my dropped. Okay, if I'm understanding correctly, so even if we were to flash forward or flash back, we would still have the level of technology we understand, right? Based on whatever we choose.
I don't know.
Because I was gonna say, if we went up a level, does that mean we'll have a bit of an advantage?
That's what I was like. That was my justification. Like, if we go back in time, we might be our technology might have gone backwards, but it'd still be years ahead of what the current time is, because like that's what it says. Like science that would develop over the next few centuries. So like if we go back 200 years or something like that, we would still have the tech of today.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I know you guys think.
I like it.
I mean, it was one of the ones that I had on my list, so yes, I like it.
And I feel like that'll help us if we're going to be a neutral zone to at least have something that we can like control the way that Tomo can control the ink.
I like that. We want to be a neutral territory, but Megan's already trying to give us more advantages.
Well, so the thing is, in the Chancel,
Hey.
Tomo isn't useless. Tomo, because he's a Tempest, he can control like literally anything he wants. He can do level 5 miracles of anything he wants in a Chancel. But then he's useless out of a Chancel, other than like a few little things.
That's okay. I think we found a good calling for Tomo in the Chancel for sure.
I support
The
it.
alliance is strong.
Yep, put it in. That's in the book as extrapolative, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, just making sure. But yes, absolutely. All right. So next in the book, we have the book does a horrible job of separating things. Spirit gateways. Chancels are not precisely part of normal space. Some are even omnipresent, located all over the physical world. It is rarer, but not impossible, for a chancel to border on spiritual regions far away from the chancel. These include other realms on the tree, other ages of the world, and most commonly the chancels of the Imperator's allies. Connecting two chancels is fairly straightforward. Chancels and the Earth occupy the same metaphysical space. Once given access to another Imperator's understanding of their chancel and the way its space is warped away from Earth, an Imperator could make a gateway between the two worlds. Of course, it's easier to do this during chancel creation. So, it really just goes into detail about where the accessibility of your guys of the chancel. I'm trying to find the exact, unless I've already passed it. I hate this book.
But you're doing great.
Are you looking for it on the sheet or on the book?
On the book. In the book.
It should be. There's a table on 142 that kind of goes over the things.
Table on 142. Okay. So it's about how accessible you guys want your chancel to be. Do you guys want to be able to access your chancel from anywhere at any time? Do you guys want it to be more difficult and a little bit more specific? Like the only way to get back to your chancel is to play the Airplane Man game that went around school, where you turn off all the lights in a bathroom, light some candles, look in the mirror, say Airplane Man 3 times.
I've Never heard of that.
If you guys never heard of that, maybe it was just Homer Davis. But
Wait, that was real?
it was a real thing that went around, and you were supposed to like fall for the rest of your life. Do you guys really not have that?
That could be romantic.
It's like Bloody Mary, but different.
It's like Bloody Mary, but slightly different. Instead of Bloody Mary showing up to kill you, you jump in between the circle of candles that you made, and the hole just sucks you in, and you fall forever. That was the story.
All I'm curious is that elementary school kids brought candles and matches to a bathroom.
And their parents were like, my child's so sophisticated, he wants to take a candle to school.
It was a scented candle, so
So there you go.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that if everybody brings a different scented candle. And so then you have like ginger and lavender and vanilla and
That bathroom smells disgusting.
That's an interesting. So it actually reminds me of the folklore around Alice in Wonderland because when she's falling into Wonderland, there's a theory that if you were to remove the core of the earth and just do an actual line straight through it, that if you fall, you'll fall all the way to the middle, and then from the middle, you would fall back down. So you would just end up going back and forth between the two poles. And I feel like that plays off of what George was.
well, that's why they have that technology in Total Recall.
Yeah, we just watched that.
Yeah, that's like the top of mind.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, wait, what was Total Recall?
It's on Netflix. It's the remake with Kate Beckinsale and Colin Farrell. And it's not as good as the original Arnold Schwarzenegger action sci-fi.
If I had to give it 2 letter grades, I would give it an okay.
See.
That's just me though.
So, do you guys want Chancel where there's a lot of entrances? You can get in from a multitude of places. Mobile entrances. These entrances will move around quite frequently, but you guys will always kind of know the location of each entrance. Whether or not you have control over those entrances remains unclear to me, but I don't think you do. And then there's omnipresent entrances, which are just kind of available when you need them to be.
Oh, by the way, apparently this was on 136. That's why we feel like we're missing information.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, that was way up there.
So I'm like, this doesn't have anything to do with what we just talked about.
Oh, yep. You're right. There it is.
Well, I don't know. Ease of access sounds really great, but I think we only have 3 points we can spend, and I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I do want an Iru. So we're going to have at least an extra point. What kind of Iru we have is up to you guys, but I do want one.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna Google what Eero is real fast.
I was like, oh my gosh, did I know what this
It's
is?
a landlord.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to give us another landlord?
Yes, we need a landlord.
Somebody needs to keep us in check. We're 3 very different roommates.
Yeah. So we can even let's just talk about that since Bradley knows he wants one. Sometimes when forming a chancel, an imperator wants someone with a particular kind of wisdom or perspective in charge of the keep, but has no use for them as a power. And when this happens, they perform a partial investment, granting to the potential ruler a stone, usually kept within their brain, that gives them command over the realm and the basic noble immunity to direct miracles. Such a person is called an Irus of the Chancel, or a minor dominus, a lesser lord. Powers call them landlords, and they do not like them very much. Landlords are always more or less immortal as long as they don't leave the Chancel. The advantage to the player characters for having an Eris meddling with their turf is that the landlord's realm score contributes chancel points. The disadvantage is that they are expected to listen to him and that he has power to oppose them and follow his own agenda, sometimes lots of power.
Yeah, so I do want a landlord. The reason why is because since they do have some miracle points, it's a good like defense mechanism for our chancel, and also it's fun to have a NPC that's might be mean, might be not. Depends on how aggressive we want our heroes to be. We can have him be pleasant or assertive, or he can be maybe a manacle or something like that.
It really depends on how many points you guys want to get out of this landlord. It like you can get 1, you can get 2, 3, or 4.
So it also makes him more powerful as well.
And yeah. So the more aggressive he is, the more powerful he'll be.
I'm all about the chaos of having megalomania.
That's 1 vote for megalomania.
So whatever you guys choose, I'm gonna be good with. I literally have no preference, but I like the at least chaos of doing something more than pleasant.
I'm gonna go ahead and put my vote in. I am with Megan 100%. Sorry, I'm with Majeski 100% that this dude should be a megalomaniac.
Well, so I think it's fun. Okay, so I knew basically what it was, what megalomania was. So I was just looking to see what might like motivate that, and then I saw it's a delusion, obviously about one's power or importance, and it's typically as a symptom of manic or paranoid disorder, and I'm so in.
Technically, he's still weaker than Tomo, so that's why I don't really care.
This is the role I was born to play.
I'm so excited for this.
All
I'll
right.
be right back, but you guys keep talking.
Well, since she left, we talk about her.
Yeah, let's talk about her behind her back. So, the true king, what is his name?
Back to random name generator.
Back to random name generator. All right.
Well, okay, now I'm so sorry. Who's the true king?
It's the megalomaniac.
Oh,
That's just the official name for it.
okay.
That's the realm score.
I was
Like
like,
I'm a tempest. Addie, you are a realm sword.
oh, that's adorable. What would Anaya be?
Anaya is a radiant.
Okay, how do you know this?
So if you go to your guys' character sheet and then go to your realm score, like in your attributes, the attribute title is what I'm looking at here.
Oh,
Yeah. Tobo is a tempest because he's a force to be reckoned with as well.
And Raven is a citizen.
Because he has no realm score.
0 realm
He
score
just
at
lives
all.
here.
And he wants it that way. It's like his little way of continuing to live his life after his death on Earth.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's dead.
Yeah, violently dead. There was no walking away from that one, my guy.
I came in at a very interesting part of the conversation.
We all died at the end.
Okay.
We haven't even started the game!
Because we didn't choose that chancel that takes all of our stuff.
So, the name of our megalomaniac. Our true king. I'll decide if I need to.
So, how about Lone Fury as his surname? I got that in my random name generator.
As his surname, his last name will be Lone Fury.
Lone Fury, yes.
Oh, if that's not the coolest thing. Yeah, he was just born to be an a-hole. All right, Lone Fury. We need a first name. Do I any ideas before I just type something in?
Nope. Unless you want me to just go to the random names like Drew, Bill, Stanley, and that's not useful here, so. Bill from the future? Yeah. Whatever happened to that dude? I think he went back to the future. That would make sense. I don't know why though. We're getting pretty small glimpses into it, and I would not want to go there.
Pronounce Cloud.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you're keeping Cloud.
I'm keeping Cloud. He will live on.
Cloud was one of his D&D characters. He's very proud of that.
It's not one of my D&D characters. It's my only D&D character that I've actually been able to play. He's the D&D character. I'm not done playing him.
Does he have a gigantic sword?
No, he had a big hammer that he liked to swing around.
But you should change.
I don't remember what Cloud's last name is from Final Fantasy. I just assumed that's what you were going with.
Full disclosure, I have played so little of the Final Fantasy series that all I really know is that there is a adorable little chicken called a chocobo. And there is no Final Fantasy because there's like 24 of them.
Yeah. I've only played Final Fantasy 14, which is an MMO, and I played that to like level like 20 or 40 or something like that. Somewhere in the mid levels.
Yeah.
And then I stopped.
I started 13 part 1, I think, and I did not get very far. Because the guy I borrowed it from wanted it back. So, yeah, I don't know much about Final Fantasy at all. But that would be a good thing to start playing. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get back into Final Fantasy. Yeah? Absolutely. We'll set up a dual stream. Yeah. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, all right. I just got to figure out where to get Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and 3 and 4
Japanese. I don't know if they ever came in English.
and 5.
Wait, I might know a guy. Which is like real.
Just one guy?
Just one guy. Well, I know someone who's going back through. Like,
Oh, I was like, Bradley and I are 2 guys already. You know more than one guy. All right, so we have our Eros. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. We have our landlord. We have 7 chancel points to spend.
And now we can go back and actually think about our accessibility.
The accessibility. So, and it is kind of all right here. It's just kind of hard to put into words when we're reading it from the book because the book
There's
doesn't.
a lot of flavor.
There's a lot of flavor in the book. So, how easy do you guys want it to be to have access to your chancel? That's the big question. Do you want to be able to just pop in and out? Do you need it to be a little more complicated so that people don't attack or that you don't have people just wandering in? Because one of the things is like it's just barely borders the world. People could just wander across that border without even knowing it. You know, like waltzing into Narnia. If you wanted it open. If you want it closed and your chancel is your chancel, nobody gets in or out without your say-so, we're a bit more closed.
how about a chancel where anybody can get in, but I don't let any of them out?
Ooh. That might be a thing. Hold on.
Oh.
I definitely need to read about
So
it.
This was a joke I thought about
Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, I like this a lot, actually.
Bermuda Triangle works.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're not going to let them leave, because how many things go missing in the Bermuda Triangle?
It's true. They're all with me.
Yeah? And I mean, that'd be a great place for Atlantis to just end up being.
It's true. I just took Atlantis, and then we had a Chancel.
No? All right.
Oh, Bradley, I really love that idea. I'm so glad you brought that up.
All right. So, how would you guys want to get in and out of your chancel? Do you guys want to just be able to appear where you need to be? You that would take up like your omnipresent entrances. So, at least my understanding of the omnipresent entrances is they are, it's like omniscience. They're there kind of everywhere. And my gosh, my computer was loud. Sorry about that. They're there. I do have a follower. It looks like talk to the Twizzard. I love that name, and yes, we are playing with the GWB great Twizzard. Um, we're playing with the Great White Book. Hold on, we might have a player. Twizzard, have you played Nobilis before?
I mean, if they call it that, I assume so.
He loves Nobilis.
Yes. Oh, this is exciting.
This is perfect. Twizzard, this is our first time playing. We've created characters, the Imperator, and we're currently building our Chancel. And we have no experience with this. Is there any advice that you can give to me and my cohorts? Played it, ran it, have NDAs, I can't talk about it. That's fantastic. All right, I'm so glad we have somebody in the chat that loves Nobilis. We don't meet people that have known about this game. What is our familia? It's made up of 3 powers, and that's really all I got. What do you mean? Like what's the code or? Yeah, we have 3 different codes. They all the PCs chose different codes.
I'm excited to have somebody who knows.
I know, it's so good. I feel like we can actually like start asking questions, and we don't have to just like go based off of what we think the book means.
Yeah, exactly.
We pronounce everything strangely.
Is it Nobilis?
I don't know.
We're already learning.
Yeah, so I mean, I just call it Nobilis because it's full of nobles and noble-is. That was literally just the connection that I made. The estates we have. Do you guys want to talk about your estates? Tell Twizzard about the estates.
I am the estate of ink, so I can control things written in ink, and also like cephalopods.
Sorry. In there.
Addie Civ, what's your estate?
My estate is bonds. And originally I was thinking of it a little bit more literally as a bonds, like things that hold stuff together. But hopefully, as I get stronger, I'm thinking more of the bonds as in like bonds between people. So we got a little less literal. That's me. Yay! And then mine is infection, so I can
Just posted it. Yeah, so it's a small Discord right now. We don't have a whole lot of people. It's really just us and a couple of other Twitch streamers that we know. But the idea was to eventually get it a little bigger. So there you go. Yeah. All right, man. I got so excited that Twizzard also plays Nobilis. Where are we right now? We're talking about Gates. We're talking about Gates.
I definitely say open because open or chancels are easier to enter than others. In fact, rather than finding convoluted paths that lead to most channels, an open chancel has an open boundary to the mortal world, at least a mile in width. We're going with like the Bermuda Triangle kind of thing, where people just get lost. I definitely say we have an open chancel, right?
Absolutely.
And I'll be honest, I feel like we're having a lot of fun giving ourselves extra challenges. So making it a bit more open, in my opinion, will take away some.
Well, actually, that's also a negative.
No! I thought it would make it easier. Oh, I'm cool. I'm in. I like it. Let's do it. I'm in. Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, by the way, George, we're playing like through your speakers on the stream. I don't know if you can actually directly hear Discord.
I don't know. That's a good question. An hour in. My speakers are kind of loud, and I do see that the mic is picking up activity when you guys talk. So I can move the mic closer to the speakers.
Hold on, I'm going to talk right now, and I'm listening to your stream.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear her, but it's kind of quiet because I mean, it's obviously just coming from your speakers and going into your microphone.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let me see if I can do something about that.
Now, so we have an open chancel, but how about we also have some like we have convenient entrances as well for like maybe like lakes or like fountains or something like that, where like because obviously we won't want to go to like the Bermuda Triangle every single time we want to go to our chancel, so we want some other entrances. So do you guys want to also take like convenient or something like that so we get some other access?
Yeah, I think so. I think that'll make it more fun to play with this chancel.
How's that audio coming through now? Is it a little better?
I mean, I hear something really loud. It's like a buzzing sound. I mean, I can hear myself, but it sounds like there's like I don't know if you have like a washer machine going up or something like that. There's a high pitched like something going on.
I had a fan on. Is it gone now, or is it still there?
It's still there.
Interesting. Alright, I'm going to have to mess with it, just because this is the first time I've used this setup. I'm not really sure how it would work.
Yeah, I mean, the other like the way you had your settings was fine. However, you just need a way to somehow get
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's that easy way to do that right now. We can finish what we're doing now if that's fine with you, or we can try to troubleshoot.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna have to play around with it because I have no idea. But yeah, I'll work on it. Okay. All right. So you guys went with convenient. You guys have many entrances.
I don't know how you want to define many like like a main fountain in every city, or is that too ubiquitous? I don't know.
Like at least three.
It would have to be like I don't even know if I can give you guys an exact number, but I do think that one in every city is pushing it a little.
Every city with a population of over 200,000 people.
Hey Twizzard, maybe you can walk me through this then. How do I add my desktop audio to the OBS because I wasn't able to find that option.
Are you on the Streamlabs OBS? The blue one?
Yeah.
Or green? The way I added it was through a source. I'm pulling it up right now to see what I used.
Like if this is an easy fix, let's go for it right now.
I just do add source, and then I do audio.
Input capture.
Yeah, one of those. And then wow, I haven't played around with this in so long. Where's my Discord?
Oh, here we go. Maybe.
I think it might be the other one.
The other one.
Source. I'm looking at source settings real quick. Yeah, there's a spot in the source setting where you can put it on your device. Are you using a headset, George?
No, I'm not using a headset.
Oh, I think that's our difference. I use a headset, so mine comes through the headset, so it's really clear to hear.
Well, I did one thing. How's the audio now? Is it still an issue?
You're really clear.
Yeah, you're clear, but there's some like the fan thing or whatever that sound is still going.
Okay. Yes, please, Twizzard. We would love a link to the Nobilis game you ran a decade ago.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this.
It would be great to see how other people have played because I've found so little online about Nobilis. I think I've only found one channel on YouTube that had a small group of guys playing, and that was it.
It was Twizzard.
Man, what a weird world that would be if it was Twizzard. I am immediately going to click the link and find out, because if it was, my gosh, we are in the presence of celebrities.
But I was looking at what convenient actually means. Oh, but it looks like so chancels connect to multiple major urban areas and are within a day's drive for a human of almost everywhere on the world. Powers in these chancels can vacation anywhere they like, and they can respond very quickly to excursion threats. However, the chancel also can be assaulted from almost anywhere on Earth. It is about as many entrances as it has exits. So I mean, a fountain for for any city that has like over I don't know like 100,000 people, that sounds about right for convenient. Then
I apologize. One moment.
I'll speak for him. I'm in agreement.
Perfect.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Sorry, Twizzard was advising me on how to properly get my desktop audio to register. Is it coming through now, or is it still?
Let's see. No, I'm still really quiet.
Okay.
Bradley, you're just a quiet guy.
That might be true.
How cold is it over where you are now?
Oh, thank goodness.
It's normally like around like 30-ish degrees at night.
Nope. Nope.
It's 48 right now.
Wow.
That's cold.
So board shorts for you.
Yeah, we're much better now.
Thank you so much, Twizzard. I never would have guessed that audio output was the one that I would have had to have chosen. So thank you. Because I was avoiding that one like, no. That's not. What it is. All right. Oh, here. Oh, yeah. I've got the link. I'm going to open it. Everybody, please hold. Oh, it's 3rd edition. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, boys.
Is that the anime one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the anime book.
Thank you, Twizzard. Thank you.
Oh, wow, this is cool. He has a breakdown of his Familia, the Fallen,
Yeah.
which are former PCs. Important information, less important information. That is so cool.
I'm jelly. That sounds really neat.
Boom.
Yep, guess what I'm going to be doing in my spare time? Catching up on that.
Me and Megan like the art style Twizzard, and George does not.
There is a lot in it that I do like. There's a lot where I'm like, okay, that's cool. All right, that's cool. But a lot of it just seems too... I can't really think of a better word, so I'm just going to say it. It seems too childish to me.
It is very.
But like when
It reminds me.
Yeah, when you read the Great White Book, it's very dark. It's very like heavy and ominous and romantic, but very dark. Like it's this horrible thing that does live in a world of romance. And then we move on to 3rd edition, and it's like fairies are everywhere, and I just like it was just such a shift to me. But that's just my opinion. Like there,
It reminds me of Zun's art style, and that's why I just immediately I like it. So
Same. So same.
all right. So did you hear what I said about the convenient gateways, or not really?
I didn't, but let's go for it.
Okay. If you want to just read the blurb of convenient and see how often you would think a convenient gateway would be.
All right, that's 136.
Yes.
Absolutely. Pull the trigger. Put it in there. Twizzard, being the 3rd person who has now told me this, I'm going to give 3E a good, honest read, and I'm not going to let the art bother me, and I'll get back to you.
How big of the cities would you say the fountains would actually deliver us to our chancel?
How big of cities?
Yeah, because it says every what would it say? like within a day's drive. So like you want to say like a population of over 100,000 if they have a fountain.
100,000 isn't huge.
I mean, it's up to you. You can put whatever number you want on it.
Let's go up to 1 million. That's subject to change, but let's go up to 1 million. Just kind of thinking about it, what I've read from the book, excrucians will try to attack more populated areas. So if I boost you guys up to places where you can travel to places within that million populace, you'll be able to get to and respond faster to any kind of those threats. So let's say that tentatively for now, 1 million, subject to change once I can read up a little bit more on it.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Twizzard, you can bet that we're going to be coming to you with questions and stuff in the Discord now. You will be like, oh no, I have done myself such a disservice by being available to these people
But we're so
who are
nice.
made of questions. Megan, you want to say something? Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. I said, but we're so nice. I promise.
Oh, we're the best people. And we're so extraordinarily humble. No one is more humble than us.
It's true. We're great.
Yeah. So, I did want to let you guys know that I found a really cool map maker. I know maps aren't really a thing that is used in Nobilis, but I might utilize it anyway, just so that we're not staring at an Excel sheet the entire time.
What? But I
like,
worked so hard on it.
well, so like we'll have the Excel sheet available and
just
we'll be
joking.
able to pull it up for the stream and for the viewers and everything. But I when I found this map maker, it was just so intricate and so involved. It was kind of perfect for the intricacy and the complexity of Nobilis. Nobilis.
What's it called?
Sorry.
Yeah, we're all going to have to get used to pronouncing it that way now.
We can just do it wrong altogether. Just call it Nobilis.
Noblesse.
Noblesse.
This is now Bane. That's the opposite of bless in D&D.
That's good to know.
Yes, no.
We're so dumb. We don't know anything.
Oh, goodness gracious. Is it just me, or is building a chancel going a lot faster than building... what's his bucket?
Towan? The
Owen.
Imperator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's for a few reasons. I think, one, we're getting used to it a little bit. And two, I think the options for the Chancel properties are a bit less than the options for the Imperator properties.
And they're a bit more straightforward.
And they're a bit
At
more
least in my opinion.
straightforward. We talked at length about the Imperator properties. And Chancel properties were just kind of like, this is what it is, how do we feel? And then we've just kind of moved on. So.
All right. We still have 7 points, though.
You guys
we
still have 7 points. So, yeah. You guys, we talk about magic.
Yeah, so, whoops. I messed that up. So another one that was on my list of things that I wanted was Anchorable Residence. This is for not just for Toan, but it's great for, or Tomo, but it's great for Tomo, but it's also used for you guys. So basically, Anchorable Residence means that we can use our residents as if they were our anchors, which is great because then we can like we can control them when they're in our chancel when we're not, and then also with Tomo, since Tomo is going to use his devoted populace, there's going to be like a little posse where you guys can also control them as anchors, and you can use your spirit miracles and stuff like that. So it'll be useful for having your normal anchors to do like espionage or whatever you'd like, but then also you can have our chancel populace as like just spare anchors, basically.
I like
Oh.
between you and Megan. So Megan wants to like trap people in her chancel so they can't leave, and then Bradley wants to control them. And so
Yep.
They are ours, Bradley. They are ours.
I'm heaven, by the way.
I'm going to play
No,
devil's
don't worry.
advocate here, and I'm just going to say I see nothing wrong with this. Twizzard,
down.
you and
I
I
like
are going to
that.
have a good long conversation about how to tell stories because I've got a lot of questions. I absolutely love that you're here. Thank you so much. And he also says record technology comes in handy.
Oh, that's a good tip because
To
we
play
do not
music
have
on?
that.
Record technology.
Yeah, you know, for when you want to listen to some of the original EPs by the Beatles.
That's what I was trying to make a joke of, and it just did not land. So thank you. All right. What did we end up choosing? It was the one that started with E, right?
Extrapolative.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I was trying to get to the book.
Yeah, which I don't know what record technology is.
No, I'm
Might
even
be.
trying to look for it. Unless he really just means record technology, in which case I need to have music for all games.
Yes,
Maybe
that is it.
That sounds like some weird science stuff.
Yeah.
Anytime
That was
you
a
guys
Star
have
Trek
writing-
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
where
anytime-
William Shatner was accused of murder, and he had to be like, that's not how it happened. And then he had to go prove it using technology. All right, so Anchorable Residence.
Yes, which is it's a +2, so we have to have the standard. Some residents have earthly magics
Okay.
at minimum. Now you have to define what some means and what many means. I don't know how many people some and many mean.
That will be a percentage based thing, I believe. Where I will determine how many people have been trapped into our Bermuda Triangle and made it to our chancel. B, how many people still live? Because I'm assuming they're not going to just live forever. They're not immortals. And 3, I'm going to pick a percentage that this is how many of them will have earthly magics. And then if you guys wanted to go common and have a higher percentage of that be earthly magics, that's how I think I'm going to kind of balance that.
Sounds good. And then if you want to kind of go over what the I don't know how to pronounce the Octuras or whatever, and then the Miraculous to see what those mean, so everyone can get on the same page.
Octoritas.
I love how we say that different every single time.
Every single time. Octoritas is this completely ridiculous word. So it doesn't give a whole lot of information as to what that means. Some inhabitants of the chancel may have divine nature and miraculous abilities of their own. Normally, this means that they are the descendants of some power or have inherited some portion of that power's gifts. The greatest mortal magicians, fey lords, demons, and primal ghosts can also achieve such strengths. There are never more than a handful of these divinely powered beings in any chancel, except by specific permission from the Hollyhock god. Such beings
So-
cannot be made into anchors. Their most common miraculous ability is an anchor-like immunity to direct change and destruction magics. Some also have 1 or 2 levels of Octoridas. So that was
Yeah.
for miraculous.
Yeah, and Octorius, is just like resistance to miracles in general.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
It's like a magic shield.
how powerful would you guys want your most powerful chancel citizens to be? Regardless of how many there are, how powerful would you want them to be?
I don't know that we want them to be too powerful, do we?
I mean, it would be fun having like Davy Jones or something like that, or like
Oh,
Kraken or something like that. Just like around. But the thing is, if we do get that, so we could get that. That would be 6, and then we would have Anchorable, which would be 7, 8. So we'd either need to take another -1 somewhere, or we wouldn't be able to get miraculous earthly magics, or not anchorable earthly magics.
can you say that one more time?
So miraculous is where we would have like the big old krakens or Davy Jones or some mystical beasts or something like that. And so that's a +5 on top of the standard 1. So that would be 6 points if we wanted to get something like that. However, if we want anchorable citizens, that's going to cost us +2. So we would be at 8 channel points there. We have 7 remaining. So we would either need to take another negative, or we would have to forego one of those options.
I mean, if we just added other Banes, maybe. What are 2 more things that want to kill us? I don't know.
Yeah, that could be more
Yeah.
chaos.
We could add
Yeah, we
2
can do
more
that.
Banes, and that will get you your point, and then you'll be able to take your standard, your anchorable, and miraculous.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah?
Me too.
Sounds good.
All right. So 1 more row of Banes. We have the 1 ring, and we have a poison chalice. What other Banes might we want?
We should do something ocean related. Like,
A Grindylow?
what's a Grindylow?
A what?
Whoa.
Did Megan just ask what a Grindylow is?
I did.
It's from Harry Potter.
Wait, what?
It's a seafaring creature from Harry Potter. It looks like a tiny octopus with a little troll body.
It's one of the things during the trials that like swarmed them.
Oh, those guys.
Oh, got it. Okay, I never knew what those were called. Fun fact. And now
I've never read the books. I've only watched the movies. I don't know if they've ever called them out loud in the movies.
I
what they
don't
were.
think they did. No.
I need to reread the books, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Or-
I think a Grindylow
Or
would work.
rewatch the whole show. Or read the books and then watch the show. Or read the books and watch the show at the same time. There's no wrong answer. It's Harry Potter.
That's true. I did read the book and then watch the movie when I first did the series, and that was a great experience.
There you go.
But yeah, Grindylow would be ocean related.
Great. I'm adding a Grindylow because I already have ideas.
And I think we would easily spot it. Like if we see a Grindylow, we're like, hey, that's what's gonna kill us. It's not something sneaky like I'm gonna drink from this cup. Looks at
I would like to remind you that
Did
you
it
guys
kill
will be
me?
residing in Atlantis, and there's not going to be just one Grindylow.
I'm kind of excited for it. I'm ready for it.
have like suction cups like on their tentacle thingies? Would that be considered a bond? Could I control that?
Is it considered a
Yeah.
cephalopod? Because I control cephalopods.
Yeah, just take it down.
I will get back to you.
Is it poisonous? Because then Megan can control it.
Yes, I'm in.
Everybody
That's
can
true.
control it.
This worked out in our favor.
Is poison an infection?
I don't know. It
I don't
infects your
know.
cells in your body somehow. I don't know.
Tell you what, I'll do more research on the matter, but the Grindylow stays for now.
Okay.
I like it.
All right, one more Bane.
What's that villain's name from Batman? He wears the mask.
Bane.
Scarecrow?
Mhm.
It-
Yes.
It was definitely a joke. It was definitely a joke.
I love
about
Kite
Bane.
Man?
That's what I was thinking too.
Wait, really? No, I was literally thinking Bane, you guys.
No, I knew the obvious answer.
Black Mask? See, Twizzard knows where it's at. All Batman bad guys wear masks. Most Batman bad guys wear masks.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Especially Two-Face. His is really realistic.
His is half realistic.
It's a joke because it's not a mask, it's the opposite. It's his insides. Okay. Sorry, I'm tired. We can continue. Our second Bane. Okay, so we did ocean. Would it be weird if we did something like a door? I don't know how that would work. Like a doorway of some sort. That'd be too hard. Never mind, I take it back.
You try to walk
That's
through a
fine.
doorway and the door just closes on you real hard. You break your nose.
Like,
My brain-
absolutely not.
My brain went to mimics. Okay.
Hmm.
Or let's see. Like a calculator because math. Or
Oh, we
That's
rely
true,
on
'cause
calculators.
We
and
do,
so-
yeah.
And it just gives us wrong answers all the time.
And we wouldn't know to check it. So we're like, okay.
Yep.
Did we sell George on that one?
That's it. I don't know if you guys have realized this about me, but I will go for some of the more ridiculous ideas because those are fun. And it is
Yes.
my goal to have fun.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love it.
A wandering door to the lands beyond creation. Twizzard, that is cruel. I'm locking that one away for later because that might show up whether it's a Bane or not. I mean, what? Huh?
We better
Who
get a miracle point for it. I don't
who
care what
said
you say.
that? All right, that leaves you guys at no more chancel points.
That means we win.
We're done, right? We finished.
We did it.
That could be
We
it.
beat
Is that
the
the
game.
chancel?
The whole game is just building the world and then moving on to another world.
No joke, Megan. It's taken what, like 6-8 hours to just build it?
Yep.
It
Long time.
really has. But, I mean, it takes even longer to read the book, and it takes about 30 years to understand the book. So I feel like we're ahead. Governor of the Chancel. Is that the true king?
Yeah, I'd say probably.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure
What?
before I...
I mean, technically, Tomo has a higher title, but I mean, like Claude or Cloud exists solely for the fact of governing the chancel. So
Yeah. I feel like if you were to call him Claude to his face, that would be one way to really get on his bad side. So, and then the population is TBD. I will fill out the description later. And I think that's it as far as Chancel creation goes. This is by far our quickest session.
Yeah. I'm proud of us. We're getting good at making decisions.
Yeah, for real. Now all I have to do is like finalize the story, I guess. I know what I want you guys to do. It's just about getting you going
To do it.
on it. So, yeah, good job, guys. This is gonna be
Yay,
fun.
team.
So the next question becomes once we start this game, I picture the first story going for at very least 2 hours. So we should pick a day where we can block out at least 2 hours.
I can do almost any day after work, so.
Should we stick with Sunday for now and just plan on maybe a late night?
Yeah, I mean, Sunday's fine with me.
Good deal. The next question is, do you guys want to play Nobilis next Sunday, or do you want to take a quick break and start D&D?
It's up to you. I don't really mind either way.
I don't mind either way either.
Is it too much if we did like a D&D on like a Saturday or something and Nobilis on like a Sunday? Or I don't know. Maybe 2 nights a week is too much for people when they're being social.
I also play D&D on Monday, so D&D,
Oh, wow.
Nobilis, D&D.
Yeah.
You're never going to be yourself again. You'll be all yourselves.
Then
Or we could rotate it every other Sunday or something. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think every other Sunday would be pretty good.
Yeah, I do like that a lot.
alternate
Do you-
Sundays?
The question is, as our DM, does that give you time to do what you need to do for both sessions? Or is that a lot?
Yes, it does, just because I know exactly what the first steps in Nobilis are. It's just about I have to make the map for story 1, and I have everything except the miniatures for Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
So
Okay.
when we're really it's just like, how much of a rush do I need to be in for which game for a week from tonight?
I vote D&D,
Yeah,
but I'm
I mean,
going to need help building my character this week at some point.
Do you want to build
I mean-
your character on stream?
Sure,
All
I'm
right.
in.
Count me in.
Did you decide what kind of class you're playing, Megan?
I'm going to be a tiefling rogue.
Oh boy.
We'll see. I just have never seen someone play that character, like a tiefling, before. So I want to
Oh
see
yeah.
like what it does.
Yeah.
Is that like
Yeah.
hard? The way you
No,
said
no.
that sounds like it might be hard.
No, I only said that because I have a tiefling rogue in my other campaign.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, tieflings are fun. They are they're very well fit for the roguish style as well.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. And then you can tell me if what I'm doing is absolutely ridiculous because you know how to play one.
Alton was such a good rogue.
Yeah, I was.
So
It's okay. My character is going to be fun for your character as well. You'll be a very powerful rogue.
Yay!
I mean, you guys both have really like I can't even like explain. Like you guys have very like tall and powerful and like great characters, and I think I took the wrong approach.
No.
building mine.
I'm cutting this
No.
off right now. No, you did not take the wrong approach. It is a great approach. Change nothing. I love your character. It stays. There is
So,
absolutely nothing wrong with your character.
I also wrote my backstory. Sorry, Megan.
No, I want to hear. What's your backstory?
I also wrote my backstory that I was looking for other sorcerers, so I kind of need you to stay a sorcerer.
Okay.
and I need you to stay as the character that you thought up. Please, again, like coming from the place where the whole reason we do this is to have fun. That is a fun approach, and it's fun for you to play. It's fun for everybody else to watch. I encourage you to not change it at all. Please don't get up in your head about this. It is perfect.
Okay.
I was going to choose a gnome, but then I heard you were going to be a gnome, so I changed my answer. So you were literally the perfect character.
Okay. Well, all right. Just remember this conversation when you guys get very annoyed. The future.
Never.
You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, won't happen. The other thing is, so far it's just the three of you guys as player characters. Bradley said he's cool with it, but I just wanted to check back in with you, Megan.
Yes.
I know a guy who has said that he's interested in playing. I know him from the mall group that I play with. Uh, is there any opposition to me inviting an outsider to the game?
I vote yes. Let's do it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure everybody was comfortable before I brought in person number 4, and people were like, I did not sign on for this. So,
Well,
thanks
I'm
for coming,
excited to
Twizzard.
meet someone new. I like adding people in.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I would never play if you guys never added me in. So, I'm excited.
No, we absolutely love having you in our games, be it Nobilis or D&D or Monopoly. So yeah, stick around.
Yay. I
Uh,
think I will.
I will reach out to him tomorrow, and I'll see if he's available for Sundays. If not, then I'll just have to make it a little easier for you guys. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm open to changing the day. The main 2 days that are hard for me are Tuesdays, Thursdays, but if they need to change days, I don't know how open everyone else is, but I'm pretty open to moving around if we need to.
All right. Awesome. Sounds good.
Cool.
Yay.
Fantastic. I'll be honest, we created a chancel way faster than I was expecting.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
session.
and it's not like we didn't pick anything either. We have a lot of things picked.
There's a
We
lot
have
of
more
things on there.
More than we picked for the Imperator.
Yeah. And you guys gave me 4 Banes to mess with you guys with.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Banes.
We wanted you to have so much fun.
So much fun. I'm going to have so much fun. You guys are going to be like, oh no. He's at it again. Oh no. The door just slammed in my face.
Not the door.
Oh no. My calamari is moving and now it's eating my fingers. What a pretty ring. My hand fell off.
Oh, Copper, you good?
Is the dog farting?
I just gave her a piece of pepperoni and she choked on it. She's good. We're good. We're all good. Sorry if you heard that.
All right. Awesome. Sounds good. Well, I guess that's all I had for you guys for tonight then.
Nice.
All
We did
right.
it.
What
Yeah.
a success. Okay. So that means right as of this moment, next week we'll do D&D. And then the week after that is our first actual Nobilis in character game.
So long
I'm excited.
as none of us, me, have to work a Sunday night or even like a really early Monday morning. But of course, I will update you guys if that happens. But yeah, we are planning on next week being Dungeons and Dragons, and then after that, alternating between Nobilis and D&D.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah. Sounds cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So, thank you guys for coming. Thank all of you viewers for coming and watching. We hope that you had some fun and enjoyed it. If you're around when we're streaming next, please feel free to hop in. Also, these are going to be uploaded to YouTube because that's just the person I am. I don't want to get rid of these recordings. Thanks for coming, guys. See you next time.